It's episode 102. We are back with part 2 of Paul Caldwell Takes on Scotland.
Yeah, what? That's not the name of the podcast. Stop that, you.
No, that's what it's about.
Oh, right.
I didn't say that was the name of it.
He took on Scotland, the team.
The whole team.
In a cycling competition, and definitely won. So yes, we talked to Paul today.
If you didn't listen to the first part, it's absolutely epic. Like, I actually wish I was a listener, even though I was on the podcast with him at the time.
Yeah,
I actually enjoyed listening.
It's going to be a lot like Lord of the Rings. You wouldn't watch The Return of the King before you watch The Fellowship of the Ring.
No.
So make sure you go back and listen to episode 101 before you listen to episode 102.
But what's going to be our? Do you know the what's are going to be our hobbits? What's that going to be? Do you know the movies that came afterwards?
Yeah.
We do another story with Paul, just about him going down to Centra or something.
Yeah, a prequel to Scotland.
It'd be like
we'll get him back in again for that.
Yeah. So Paul heads to his gate. Or, you know,
I'm going on an adventure.
Right,
Paul can't find the key to the garage to get his bike out.
Paul, if you're listening to part 2 now, you're going to have to come back on and give us a slightly shitter story than what you gave us already. So this is part 2.
Yep.
Yes.
The Two Towers, our version of the Two Towers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We talked also about Chris Rock was in there.
Yes.
Jada Pinkett Smith made our weekly news.
Mm-hmm.
We had our shell bombs. We had our waffle game.
We had a sponsor as well of the waffle game.
Newly sponsored waffle game for
New
everybody.
Segment, making our own ads now.
Yeah. What? We're not making our own ads. What are you talking about? We're actually sponsored by that company.
We're voicing the ads though.
We're making the ad for the company.
Yeah. Okay.
We also had Doug Spring Rolls from Camille Tile.
Yeah,
oh yes, we did.
Yeah, we're not going to tag them anyway.
Camille Tile.
So let's name the podcast. It's pretty easy to name this one this week.
Yes.
So who wants to say it?
Oh, I'll go with it. I'll go.
All right, just don't let Bertie do it.
I would cycle 500 miles part 2.
Yeah, that was
lovely. That was so boring.
Yeah.
I'll come up with something else that means part 2.
And go.
Yeah, waffle me this, waffle me that. Thinking all the topics that you could have had. The only thing that makes me feel so alive. I'm guessing for 30, it could be only 5. Getting them all would be a superpower. You can get it every week on the JB Waffle Hour. 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 JB Waffle Hour.
I love that song.
That
That
was lovely and smooth this week, John.
Yeah,
I like consistency. I like
those moods
consistency.
today.
It's like a warm hug at the start of the podcast.
Yes, it is indeed. How are you, boys?
I'm good. Thank you. And thank you for asking.
No
Yes,
problem. Well, I
yes,
thought
I'm very good.
Make sure everyone's okay.
Oh, yes.
We're happy enough. You're looking well, Bertie.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, very good hit.
I like
Yeah.
that top.
Apart from my tongue.
You were saying your nephew bought you that top.
Yeah, he did for Christmas.
Fair play to
You look a bit tighter today. You look a bit like more ripped than usual. Did you do
I
some
think
workouts recently?
Well, I worked out today
Oh, very
and
good.
yesterday. I think it's just that kind of fit.
Is eating a workout for your belly or for your stomach?
As much as pooping is a workout for your bum.
Yeah, well, there we go.
For the sphincter, isn't it? A sphincter?
Don't push it.
I'm
Just let it come.
Yeah.
You don't
Jesus.
push it like that song. Push it real hard. No,
God,
that's
that's
bad advice.
Yeah, very bad. You got to watch the bum.
Yeah. Some things you have to push, and other things you just let go.
Yes, exactly.
Hello, everybody. Today's episode.
Deep
102.
advice. Deep advice.
Literally deep advice.
You could use that in many aspects of life.
You could, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good one actually. Yeah, don't push. Right, go on, Bertie. Sorry.
Yeah, it's episode 102. The 102nd time we have sat beside each other.
That's not true.
That's not true. But let's make
Yeah.
it so.
It's like the 80 something, I think.
I hope you all enjoyed episode 101. I would cycle 500 miles.
Yeah.
Where we talked part 1 to Paul about his adventure in the Highlands of Scotland.
Whirlwind story, like
Yeah.
epic story.
So far, we're up as far as day 3 at the moment. We're not going to reveal, obviously, because today's podcast is going to be part 2.
Yeah, he's
So he'll take us
finishing off
through.
that.
Yeah, it'll take us to the end of his journey. But just absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
Fascinating stuff. Are you laughing at my voice?
I'm laughing. If, for people that are listening, Owen is on the ground sideways with beer bottles all around him.
Suffering.
He's
Suffering.
he's got a real fluffy woolly blanket up to his neck.
Yeah.
He's
still getting invited to Debs.
Yeah. I have a Debs on Thursday, actually.
Pack a Lemon
Another one.
Yeah. A Northern Debs. It's called a formal.
Oh yeah.
Go into it formal.
Oh,
For
formal.
the what is
Aye.
it, what are they called, levers or something, aren't they?
I don't know what they are. All the Protestants. We're up there to play
Oh,
music for the
Jesus.
Protestants.
Hide the car.
we did another one. Yeah, we did another one next Thursday as well, and it got pulled because the principal was like, "No, we don't want to have it in the south. We're going to have it in the north." So
Oh, why were they having it in the south?
just because of the drinking hours are later,
Was it?
and they can tip over, and have a
Oh.
few drinks
And
cheaper as well.
how far up are you going?
We're in Monaghan town.
Oh yeah, that's
I love Monaghan.
that's
I love
still-
Monaghan
that's
people.
still
They're lovely
Ireland.
people.
Yeah, not too far. It's only a spin over the border then for them.
yeah. What's in Monaghan? Is it Monaghan town the Fiddler's Elbow? That's a nice place to go for
I
food.
don't know. We're in the West End. West End is lovely for
We
food.
used to go rallying back in the day in Monaghan.
Really?
Mm.
In the county or the town?
The county.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, out in
Yeah.
the countryside.
I went quad biking in
Yeah,
Monaghan once for stag.
yeah. It's great for all them activities.
They're mad into their cars over that side of the country.
Mm.
As you head up like Donegal
And
and
Donegal, because
Sligo.
they robbed me number plate lights, the fuckers.
Did they?
Yeah, me LEDs.
Oh.
Fuckers.
I've had hubcaps thieved before.
Oh.
Nissan ones, yeah.
Hmm.
Have you ever had a piece stolen from your car, John Boy?
Piece stolen from my car.
Yeah. Something that you couldn't really get, someone's
Yeah,
just
my-
kind of,
My I used to have these cool tire valve caps.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
That's,
Always got robbed of me.
that's
yeah.
handy stuff to be taken.
Mm.
Such a pain that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was so tempted to get the Volkswagen inner circle of the tires, the self-leveling ones,
Oh yeah.
and they're like 120 quid for the four of them.
Mm.
And you're just thinking, people are just gonna pop them out.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
No,
they are,
absolutely. I would do it.
Yeah. Just out of spite.
I'd be that guy.
Put them on your Jaguar.
yeah.
Very good, very good. Well, yeah, we're episode 102.
102, yes, that's correct. So make sure you rate, like, share, follow, subscribe. Please send questions in to Spotify. If you're listening on Spotify, it's like right under the episode. You can just put anything,
Yeah.
any correspondence.
Please.
It doesn't have to be the answer.
Please
to the
do
question.
it.
Let's stop begging them.
Please.
Go
Doesn't
vote in
look
the
good.
poll. There's a poll there.
We've
every
We've lost
week on
3
Spotify.
sponsors. We've lost 3 sponsors because we can't prove people are listening. Please comment.
Sheds Direct have left us. LMFM won't even look at us anymore.
Just let us know you're there, people. Just let us know you're there.
Do something. Put stuff on your story. Share to your story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comment. Say anything. We don't care. We'll
Yeah.
take it all in
Yeah.
on board.
On a serious note,
Even if you want advice, send in a
Do-
question, and
if-
we can do anonymous advice feedback from 3 lads.
who they all know, who's not anonymous.
Yeah.
But come here to me on a serious level. We do need feedback, and we need people to engage with the podcast, don't we? In fairness,
Yeah, like we reached 100 episodes, and we've kind of done it without looking for feedback. We've just done it for the crack, but it'd be good to get a bit of feedback of what people thought of 100 episodes.
yeah, or even
Yeah.
just share it if you like the podcast at all. If you think it's good, if you think it's shite, sure don't. But like,
Mhm.
if you listen to us regularly and you like the podcast, just share it with someone, or share it in your
Yeah.
feed, or just give us a bit of a dig out. Because
Even if someone
need
emailed
it.
in to say how bad we were, I'd actually print that off and frame it
Yeah.
because it'd be our first email that's from a real person.
for an actual person. Well, that last one was from an actual person. It was just pretended to be someone else.
Yes, a fictitious name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Lads, how was the weekend? How did you get on? What were you up to, John Boy? Sorry, Bertie. I cut right across.
Alright.
Not much for the weekend. At home, but I can't remember. Fucking hell, I can't remember. Watched the game Saturday night. That was it.
Heartbreaking, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Horrible.
You had a shave anyway, did you?
I had a shave. I shaved Saturday morning like a baby,
Yeah. You're looking
and then
well.
it's just grown back a bit.
Yeah.
If
That's-
you had said that you shaved this morning, I wouldn't even be surprised.
No, that's a nice length. I like that.
This length, is it?
Yeah,
I'll
that's
I'll have to get that
stubborn.
measured.
Yeah.
You're like
So it's 3
Tim
days.
Allen in the Santa Claus movie.
Okay, right. I have to
Shave
keep
and
note.
poof,
Do you do that? I do that with my beard sometimes, where I'm like, I'm so far out from something. Say the beard's getting huge. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck, I look like a yeti.
Yeah.
If I have like a wedding or something, or
Yeah.
something coming up, I'd be like, okay, I need to shave like exactly 7 days
Yeah.
before that,
Yeah.
so
Do
that
you-
it'll look decent.
Do you shave with a blade?
No, I use the electric razor.
Oh yeah.
Just.
Do you shave with a blade?
No.
Oh yeah.
Just
Do you?
that.
No, I don't think anybody shaves with a blade anymore.
No,
But
it's
I
too tight.
I used to.
I
every
never.
morning.
I don't go that tight anymore. Anyway, I
Nah.
just go to the last one on the razor.
What about you, John? Do you shave it tight because of your job and stuff? No, do you need it?
No. My job now at the moment, there's no.
No
No, you can
regulations?
grow a big, long, lanky beard if you want.
Lovely.
A
No
Navy
problem.
SEAL beard.
Navy SEAL beard.
Isn't it nice to be in a job where you can
Yeah.
do what you want? Really,
Yeah.
once you're
With
finished there?
Super Value, I had to freshly shave every single morning, like as in pure like
I'm-
baby face.
I've
coming
seen
in.
lads with beards in Super
I think
Value
it's gone a bit
now.
lackadaisy since I left.
Alright,
to be
yeah.
fair.
They've taken it off the guards. The guards used to be absolutely clean shaven.
Oh, right. Are they not now?
No, you don't.
I think
have-
guards are
It's
cool
a
with
hygiene
beards.
thing.
Oh, is it really?
Well, with the army, you had to shave because it was a hygiene thing. Cause
Well, they still have to.
you can have a mustache in the army.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Rob Matthews, remember, who was on
Yeah.
the podcast?
Yeah.
He's in the army and he has to clean shave.
Yeah. He's technically allowed a mustache, I think, but it has to be to like a.
Has to be
Circle size.
Freddie Mercury
It's
style.
like yeah.
When you say
yeah.
mustache from the army, I just think like some kind of general from like
A
World
porn.
War One or
a
World
big
War
gay
Two.
porn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one of the big massive ones. Colonel Mustard.
I attempted that one time. Was I on the podcast when I was growing the beard so long? Like I had a really long beard.
yeah, at the very start.
At the very start, yeah, really long one.
You can do one from November.
And you had long hair for a little while as well.
I
It was
did have
quite
long hair that I slicked back like
Yeah.
a retard. But it was
I'm
a
gonna
phase.
Bleep that word out.
Yeah.
Thanks for that and more work.
Just say like
Sorry
a
for-
fool, like a fool.
Yeah.
It's all right. Let's see the timestamp on that one. Okay, 15:38.
You'll never know.
So come here to me, Bertie. How was your weekend, buddy?
Yeah, it was good. I had to let the ram out because he was
So euphemism.
unfortunately.
Humping the fence, was he?
He was, yeah.
Is this? Are you actually talking about the ram in the?
The wind was blowing up and he was just getting so I just put the harness on him and I said, look,
I still don't know if he's talking about the farm or not.
it's 2 weeks too early, but like, go have your fun.
Still don't know if he's talking about the
So
farm.
there's some calendar issues next year now because we're going to be around the 10th of March that the lambs are going to come, which might work out well because we actually end up finishing lambing quite late this year. I think it was the weather because the ram went out 3 days earlier last year
I still can't tell if he's talking
and everything came
farm.
really late and we still have some lambs left to try and get ready for market and it's like mid-October, which is not ideal at all.
So you showed me a video. You were actually talking about the lambs and the rams.
Yeah.
You're not talking about yourself.
Livestock.
But I thought they looked very small to be on the job. Like,
Well, the Easy Care breed isn't a big breed anyway.
right.
Like the yos weren't out there; they're just the lambs from last year. So when the yos come back up this weekend, which is about a week too early, but I'm sure we'll manage it because they bounce back quite well from the lambing.
Yeah.
And then you'll see that they're all that size. Like
Right.
What made you decide though to let him out? Was he like air trusting or something? Like what was he? Was he like?
he was
He caught him on
Let
the
me
phone,
out.
just flicking through stuff, looking
he
over his
was
shoulder.
doing he was doing a lot of pacing and was trying to jump over fences and like
Oh, right.
when you don't wear trousers and you go to jump over a fence, things dangle and then things get injured. So like you don't want your ram's jewels to be damaged.
Jeez.
No, it's the
So he
money.
do himself some damage.
That's
So
the
So
money.
is that all he's made for? It's just like he just wants to ride.
yeah, and you see, all that pacing is using up energy that he needs for
Riding.
the riding. Yeah,
Holy moly. What's a life that is.
It's a business, isn't it?
yeah, because he won't be really eating that much because he'd be too interested in the sheep.
Right.
So you have to make sure like he carb loads basically.
Right.
Okay, and
Lots
can
of pasta.
Yeah.
And can anybody be a ram? Just asking, like.
We can strap a harness on you. There
Oh,
you go.
he's sending the CV. Well, we have 2 of my own kids, and I work in.
Here's some previous video footage.
My experience.
Oh, that's great. You should put that job up on LinkedIn and see if
Yeah.
anyone applies for it.
I did manage to bite my tongue on Saturday, which is annoying.
Right.
So
oh,
I was eating dinner and I turned to look at the TV and my tongue slid in between my 2 teeth
Oh God.
and I bit down on it. So it's quite sore.
Did it
and
bleed?
I have to talk funny.
Did it bleed? Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's in my mouth, so I couldn't see.
I've bit my tongue. Oh, you get a taste, a coppery taste. I bit my tongue so many times.
I taste pennies.
I bit my tongue last week as well, yeah.
You did?
Yeah, sure, don't we all?
Always.
Oh yeah, that looks. Did it bleed? You have to get a tissue. Like, what do you do when it bleeds?
Oh, that bled. Yeah. You've
you
got
have
to cut in
do you
that.
stick a tissue in there, or you just kind of
No, just let it.
goes
It's in your
against
mouth.
the side of your mouth?
It's
Drink your blood.
The fastest healing part of your
I-
body, apparently.
I put Bonjela on it to sting the fuck out of it to seal
What?
it up. To seal it up, yeah.
You like the
You put
pain, do you?
Bonjela on it.
Yeah.
Oh, you madman.
Nah, it sealed it up.
Jesus.
Genie Mac.
The only thing is now when you drink tea, the last few days you haven't been
Yeah.
able to enjoy the tea because the
Little-
heat sparks it off. But like, but it'll be alright.
You just eating ice cream solid for a few
Yeah.
days.
You're a
I-
hero, Bert. You're
I
a
might
hero.
pronounce my S's a bit more tonight than I usually would. Sure.
The boards of my accent's going to take a hit.
Yeah.
Right, boys, we get on to the news.
That's in the news.
Let's do it. All right. Woman savagely pulls out measuring tape at a club to check if a man is a certain height. So a woman has been, not that way, a woman has been seen in a viral video pulling out a measuring tape at a club to check the bloke's height. from the ground to the top of his head.
Why could you not estimate?
A trend, you probably could, yeah. A trend has been going around for a while where women say they won't date a man under 6 feet. There's also a weird trend where men will say they're 6 foot or taller because they want to appeal to women for another reason. Yeah, what do we think, lads? This is a new thing now, apparently. There's women coming out with measuring tapes. What are you looking at on his watch?
You need to charge his watch.
Battery's nearly
Oh,
dead.
she's right. I'm the same in mine as well. It's nearly gone.
Women coming out with...
What do you think?
Well, we're all 5'8", are we?
I know, yeah, this triggered me big time.
Yeah.
I see that. Anything with height and lad Bible, I'm like, oh, fuck's sake.
I think if women... well, if the lads are lying in the first place, the women are probably right to do it, but the women
I thought he was going to say something else.
but the women shouldn't have that kind of standard.
Yeah.
Because
What's the equivalent for a man coming out and like measuring boobs? Or like
waist size? Or
waist
something?
size, yeah.
Or a weighing scales?
Okay. Oh, that's exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Come in with the weighing scales.
Yeah, basically.
What did he
Can you
say?
stand on that there for a sec?
Jesus, actually.
Did you see the new AI shop in Dublin Airport? You love these kind of things.
Yeah, I'd seen it on Lad Bible.
What is this?
They'll weigh you. So when you're going into the shop, they'll weigh you because there's no one there, no staff. And then you buy your stuff and scan out, and then they'll weigh you on the way out to make sure that you didn't rob anything.
I thought it was
That's crazy.
I thought it was a different AI shop.
A different AI shop?
I thought it was the other AI.
Oh, that AI.
So what is the story there? So you just kind of get your stuff, go up and scan it,
Yeah, and pay for it.
It's
Yeah.
like
for
an
the
Amazon
card.
shop, isn't it?
Yeah.
and then you just walk out with the thing.
You walk
Yeah.
out with it, yeah.
You get weighed on the way out.
That's a bit sad though, isn't it? Cashiers are going the way of the dodo.
Yeah.
There you go.
Very sad.
I'm sure
Yeah.
there's jobs being lost over that.
No
What?
doubt there has.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, although is there jobs putting this stuff in and maintaining it and all that type of stuff?
See, there's jobs being lost in the pick crew.
No, I didn't see that.
What's this?
See how fast they're doing it now compared to the
Formula
90s.
Oh, I know. Yeah. It's crazy.
So there's definitely
1.6
less
seconds.
people
was the
doing
quickest.
it.
In the pick room, what's that?
The pit crew.
crew.
Oh, pit
So
crews.
Formula One, yeah.
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 There.
They used to be like 10, 12 seconds. Now they're like 3.
Yeah, but you're like they were refueling the cars and like putting also they don't refuel them anymore.
Why not?
No. They just go race length.
Oh.
So they don't fire
So
fuel.
there's enough fuel in the car for
Yeah.
the whole race.
Yeah. So pit stop is only really
Mm.
tires if you need a new wing or something. That's it, pretty much. And then they're gone again
Have
But-
you ever been rejected because you were short?
from the guards. Yeah,
No.
not really. In
Yeah.
real life,
By
by
a lady.
by women. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a good few times.
Oh.
I'm not the tallest of men now.
No, but is this someone now
I would
that-
shoot my shot now. In fairness, if there's
that,
like 6
that you were
to 6
texting,
Damn right, man.
Like you were texting and then you showed up and they're like,
No.
No.
My personality's class, but like,
because you came across 6'2" in your texts.
You've got a big voice. No, just say if I was out in a disco or something. I know there's people now listening to this intently to see what in the discos. Just like out partying or whatever. Yeah.
And you'd be talking to a young one that's taller than you, and
Yeah,
she'd
just
show you no interest.
shoot a shot, yeah, and then doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're just
You'd be like, hi.
basically looking up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's everyone for me. Yeah, so you have to take a
Well,
shot.
what
don't
if
you?
you're the other way, right? So say if you like tall women,
Yeah.
and you see a tall woman, and
you're
then
fact.
you go back to her place or whatever, and she steps out of her shoes, and then she's like 5'5". Like, is that the same
Well, that's
thing?
the
Like,
perfect
are you-
scenario then, really,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Are you saying, "Oh my God, I thought you're 6 foot"?
Yeah. Oh, I
I'm
suppose.
leaving.
Yeah.
What kind of shoes does she have on? That's what I want to know.
That's you'd notice something like that. I'd say, but like I mean, no, it's not the same for women as it is for men. I think the standard is like men like tall women, obviously, but they
Yeah.
also like short women as well.
Yeah, and I think there's also been a kind of a thing where a man can't go out with a taller woman because they'd look
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. That's societal, I think. More
Yeah,
than anything.
like when my wife has high heels on, I'm tiny.
Really,
Yeah, like you want to see the photographs of us at events and stuff. Like
short king.
I'm like her son, or the guy who walked her in,
How
and
does
then
that-
he has to walk back.
How
out
does that
again.
make you feel?
Like a badass with everybody looking.
Yeah,
at you.
exactly. Like, look at that dude.
No, it doesn't make me feel like anything. I'm not embarrassed by it. It's
No,
fine.
why would you feel embarrassed?
Yeah.
Because that's the persona it gets. Like if you're going out with someone that's taller than you, the man's supposed to be obviously the bigger guy of the
Yeah.
couple. You know,
But when it's marginal, like, because even if you're the same height, girls will always want to wear these
Heels.
certain shoes when they're going out.
Yeah.
So majority of the time, they're going to be taller than you, unless like they're ridiculously shorter than you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what the average height of say a lady would be 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah, maybe
Yeah, probably.
5'5".
Yeah, and
5'6",
then men
maybe.
was 5'8". So yeah, that'd be the average, like.
Yeah.
And then with high heels, they're the same
But
height
no
as
matter
you.
what height you are, there's someone out there for you.
That's it.
Absolutely. Yeah, height doesn't matter, said the small man.
Yes.
All right. Man who faked being a lawyer. He won all 26 cases he was in charge of, but he has also been arrested at the end of it. So a fake lawyer who won 26 cases has reportedly been arrested by the authorities. They also accused the man of stealing the real identity of lawyer Brian Mwenda Ntwinge. The Nigerian Tribune reported that the attorney had won dozens of cases and handled them all in front of magistrates, Court of Appeal judges and High Court judges. And the man accused the Law Society of Kenya portal and identified the account of the man with the name corresponding with, he tampered basically with the ID. But he won 26 cases.
That is obviously quite common in African countries.
Why?
Because do you see this Dr. Matthews the same? He's on TikTok claiming he's a doctor and he's using someone else's name.
Oh, really?
And like as everybody points out, the one thing a doctor wouldn't do would sit in his car in his normal clothes with his stethoscope around his neck. He's just trying to prove that he's a doctor. Like.
Oh, the stethoscope.
And he's giving out advice and everything. And
But-
said he went to such a college and the college came out and says, nope, he was never here.
Oh my
It's
god.
like real life suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Mm.
Or what was that? Catch Me If You Can.
Oh yeah.
Remember
yeah.
that as well?
Frank
Fake-
Abagnale.
Fake it till you make it. I think
Right.
there's a certain okay, that's a big shot. He's going for big air there.
Mm.
But there's a certain element of with every job you go into that there's you have to fake it a little bit,
Yeah.
or else imposter syndrome is going to swallow you whole.
Like I suppose if you
You've gotta commit.
went for a
Yeah.
band and you're like, I can play every instrument and then just learn if you need
As
it.
you go, yeah, absolutely,
You're Marge Simpson on it.
yeah,
They won lesson ahead.
yeah. But that's the way to do it. It was when I was starting playing drums for the very first time with Paul Caldwell, who was on today's podcast. He stood up in fifth year in secondary school and was like, "Does anyone play drums?" And I was like, "I play drums."
And did you play it all then?
No, I'd never played drums in my life. I was like, "Oh, my cousin has a drum kit, and I practice on that."
So you are here because of Paul Caldwell.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah, with the music. Oh, I often
No
tell
way.
him that. Yeah. No, he's the reason I started playing music
That's awesome.
altogether. Yeah. But anyway, there you go. Fake it till you make it, lads. And then last one, I'll give you a good one here. See what your thoughts are on this. Chris Rock wants Jada Pinkett Smith to keep his name out of her mouth. He posted. He reported that he's not happy about his name being brought up in the latest saga with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. What do you think of the latest revelations? Did you hear anything about
I
this?
keep seeing it everywhere all over my feed. I'm kind of sick of it.
What, that they're separated for 6 years or something?
They've been separated for ages, yeah. And they've been living, they're in an open relationship.
Yeah.
But it calls into doubt all of the stuff that Will Smith did at the Oscars. Oh, it was in doubt anyway. He slapped someone, which was ridiculous.
I still don't know what the story was about.
Do you think that was fake?
Ah, yeah. You know, because look at all the money they've made from talking about it and they're in the eye. Because you look at maybe Will Smith, you know, he hasn't had a big movie.
Yeah.
And now he's making like the second I Am Legend.
Oh,
Is he?
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll watch that.
Different dog. Because that dog is like
Yeah,
still alive, but he's 18 of them.
Did the dog?
He,
Oh, hold on a
he
second.
turned into a zombie, that dog.
Yeah, did that dog not die in
Yeah,
Iron
but it
Legend
was a
1?
real dog. It was like an actor.
Oh, right, yeah. But they can't bring the dog back from the dead in the movie.
No, but he has another dog, I think.
Oh, you got another one.
Well, I seen a picture and he had a dog.
Where are you getting an
A
Alsatian?
German Shepherd
And
as
who
well.
else is in it? There's someone else in it because he finds someone who's the other.
Oh,
actor.
probably his son, I'd say. He's in every fucking movie.
No,
he's in.
no, it's someone else. But
Right.
anyway, yeah, and I think it's just.
Is
all
it Jazzy Jeff?
publicity.
Maybe.
And your man Chris Rock like sold out all his shows then after that. Then as well.
Oh, instantly, yeah. He
Yeah.
was sold out shows. I mean, it was good for them, but I don't know if it was fake now.
No, it wouldn't have been fake. I'd say.
Or
I
is
think
it-
Will
is
Smith's
it
just
that
crazy.
Chris Rock done that and Will Smith seen an opportunity, or was it like
Yeah,
not
maybe.
fake and then they just got the best out of a bad situation?
Oh, well, that's what they did. Yeah, they really got the best out of it. But like, it's a bit sad, isn't it? Like that whole thing. I don't know what to think about it, to be honest. But you're right. We should probably stop talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop talking about what?
Oh, I like it, Bertie. I like it.
Mm.
And then just one last quick one before we finish up with the old news.
I love it quickly.
Climate change could cause the decline in beer quality by 2050.
Mm.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that one. So the flavour of your favourite beer is going to take a hit because of climate change. According to a report in Nature Communications, there'll be a significant drop in hop yield and a 20 to 30% decrease in alpha content, which is integral to beer production. Anything to do with gin, John?
No, unless juniper berries are changing, but no.
I'd
no
imagine.
hops.
I'd imagine it would have some sort of effect on the climate.
Yeah.
On juniper berries. I think everything's probably going to change because of climate.
Everything will, like, if
And
that's
vegans.
grown by sun or like, but like I think eventually Ireland will become the Portugal. Like Ireland in the future will be like as warm as Portugal someday.
Do you think? Yeah.
With climate change, it will be.
Well, I think the seasons are changing. Like, they're being shifted.
They are. Yeah.
Because you look at the months that we had, like, warm weather in, which would have been traditionally like colder months, and the colder months aren't actually, they're much milder now.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Getting a
Yeah.
bit
Yeah.
wetter this year as
But
well.
sure, isn't there a big talk about a massive snow now?
Yeah.
There's an unbelievable snow from the end of November
From these two.
till fucking January or something.
We love a
No
good
way.
two-parter.
Yeah. It's to last for like 8
Well,
weeks.
but that technically is probably a real winter season, though.
What? Just snow for 8 weeks?
Yeah. Well, in like any Poland or Lithuania, that's it. It's wintertime. It snows
Really?
Yeah.
All the time?
all the time.
Yeah, but
for all of winter.
We've got the North Atlantic drift keeping us mild.
Go on, Ireland.
Yeah, Ireland's such a perfect place.
It
isn't
is really. Yeah,
It has everything. No tornadoes, no earthquakes.
I love
no
this country.
spiders.
I really love this
No
country.
snakes.
I'm so happy that we were, well, not you, I don't care about you,
Yeah.
but I'm so happy that I was born in Ireland.
Yeah. Do you ever think that you're in some kind of virtual reality?
Yes.
That it's so perfect
Yeah.
that there's some like no killer spiders, no nothing.
No.
Ireland, like the weather is perfect.
Just arseholes
You know?
sometimes. Scumbags.
Yeah. No terrorists.
Dubs. Oh, I did say
You know,
that.
no, the dubs are confined at least.
Yeah, they're in Dublin mostly.
There's
And Navan.
There's a lot of stupid people now that are listening, isn't there?
No, but we are in the perfect
Yeah.
location.
We're
I
a neutral
love-
country, no wars.
Love Ireland. I
Yeah.
love it.
You know,
Um,
we don't have. There's no sign up. We don't have to join the army.
That's why
or,
3,000
there's no
new
draft.
people wanted to be an Irish citizen there the week.
Yeah,
You can
absolutely.
do that online now. I heard.
Really, that's handy.
Yeah, they opened it up there today.
But you're right. We are so lucky to have been like, spat out on this little rock because there's many who have not been as lucky as we are.
No, definitely not.
You know what I mean? So anyway, we get on to our topic of today.
Yes.
Topic of today is part 2 of, what was the name of the podcast?
I would walk. I would
cycle
cycle
500
500
miles.
miles.
There we go. Part 2
Part 2, 500 more miles.
with Paul Caldwell. Okay, Paul, take it away.
Yeah, so then we got to Drumbag, stayed in Drumbag, then we were heading for Ullapool. Drumbag is a fair bit from Ullapool, so I just kind of made tracks. Then I got to Ullapool and wasn't really paying attention to the tracker, but then when I got to Ullapool I said, look, I better check the tracker and see if the women kind of, you know, are far behind me, because I knew that like they were kind of planning to go at the same time. So checked, and they weren't too far behind me at all. So I got to Ullapool and I was like, right, Ullapool is a proper town. Like it's a little fishing village. Well, it's not. It's a town. Like
Good
and
facilities.
chippers.
on the coast
They had
there.
a chippers.
Oh, nice.
Oh, they had a chippers,
Spuds,
and
spuds.
apparently the chips were amazing. They were amazing. Yeah.
Do you eat fish?
I don't.
No,
Apparently
no.
the fish is amazing, but I don't eat fish,
No,
so
yeah.
I just got 2 bags of chips.
You're full on veggie.
But then I
Salt
locked
and
my
vinegar.
bike, and then I locked my bike outside the chip shop because there was a lot of tourists around. I was like, I didn't know what the story was,
Can you
and
imagine
then
losing-
I lost the key.
What?
Yeah, I forgot where I put it. I was a bit like disorientated and had it, and I was like, "Oh, did I drop it?" And then I went back
Oh,
out to the
no.
bike. I didn't know where it was. I left it on the counter at the chippers, and you
Oh.
wanted taking it and putting it down beside the till. I was like, "Oh."
Jesus.
So I was like going into her, just that was my last resort, because I was convinced I dropped them and I didn't know where I dropped them.
Yeah.
And they're little tiny things.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
and then I went into the thing and I just seen. I was like, oh, thank God. And I was like literally
Yeah.
15 minutes looking for my keys.
Oh, no way.
Mm.
Jesus.
I had to take a comfort break as well. That was
To hug yourself.
tragic. No,
Was that what you called
no,
it?
comfort break. Do you know what a comfort break is?
No.
It's okay. That's personal.
Shite.
Let's not. get
Oh,
into
right.
it.
Thought you're having a pedal. More than
So yeah, that was tragic. Yeah.
shame. Comfort break.
And do you eat that then, or
What actually happens if you're out there in the middle of a mountain and that comes?
Nature calls.
Just go for it. do you?
That's it. Yeah,
Hop off the bike and go.
bring a bit of wipes with you. And
Oh, you do have wipes.
yeah, you have to bring that stuff with you. You bring everything with you, like you
And
bring
would you-
enough to.
What would you do with the wipe then? Bag and bring it.
Yeah, you probably have to bag it, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, you bag
You
it.
can't
yeah,
leave it
you
out there, can you?
bury the poo.
Yeah.
It's nasty. I didn't do it. Thank God I didn't have to.
Didn't have to. Yeah.
Yeah, because your body kind of goes, right, all your kind of blood goes away from your gut, so it's all focused on going to your legs. So your gut doesn't probably work the way it should.
Yeah.
So you're not kind of getting those sensations. But I got to Ullapool and I was like, I need to go.
Here we go.
And that wasn't great. But I went to like a train station or a
was
bus
soft,
station. It was. I'm not getting into this. It's a family show.
But did it feel nice? You're like,
Oh, it was amazing.
My God.
It was absolutely amazing.
That
It was like a weight off, like completely.
Your
like,
tummy's all lovely again.
Oh God! I had to go to Boots then and get a load of Rennies and everything because I was dying indigestion because I was eating so many bars and stuff like that. I was just like, sweets and bars and jellies, and I was just like, oh man, this is not good.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of settle that a bit. So I went to Boots and got a few. I kind of got ibuprofen and stuff as well. Starting to get a bit uncomfortable on my hole and my hands, and that's where I really started getting a bit, finding it hard to find a position on the saddle, and I was kind of moving around a fair bit.
This is what separates the men from the boys, kind of thing. This
little
that
bit.
day, like the day before.
This is where it started kind of getting hard, really hard. Like the first couple of days were okay, but it was nothing I hadn't done before. This is where it started becoming a new experience.
So you're here. This is day 4,
and I'm in Ullapool.
This is the start of day 4 now.
No, this is this is still in day 3. 3. Yeah, this is day 3 still.
Okay.
Yeah, this is day 3 still. So I'm in Ullapool.
What sort of
kind of
time of day is
lunchtime.
this? Oh, okay.
Lunchtime. So then I looked at the tracker. 2 women weren't too far behind me. Then I seen they were at a garage up the road. So I was like, deadly, go and meet them, see what the crack is.
Go back on yourself and meet them?
No, they were ahead
of
so
you.
It was
Okay.
grand. I kind of went to Tesco and I got a load of bars and everything, and I was a bit out of it. I'd say I stunk, man. It was disgusting. Like the heat was warm enough to to smell. Like it was pretty bad. And I went around Tesco and my head was up my arse, and I was like, what am I getting? And I don't know what I'm doing. And
Because you didn't
grabbing
stop for
bars.
showers or
No,
anything.
nothing. Like, and you're disorientated, and then everything's kind of overwhelming when you're in Tesco, and you're just like, what am I buying? I don't know what to buy. And then you're like buying random stuff, and then you're going, how do I fit it into my bags? So anyway, I bought a resupplied there. Had a bag of chips. Had 2 bags of chips.
Nice.
Then by the second, I was like, oh, I couldn't eat it. And then I was like, right, let's get going. The women are at the petrol station. I'll go and hook up with them, and then we'll move on again.
Yeah.
Because they were resupplying at the petrol station. They didn't come back into town. But I just I needed a bit of a break, so I took a lot longer than I should have.
Yeah.
So anyway, reunited again, and then we headed off, and we were heading for the next section, which is, you see that mountain range there on the west. So if you zoom in a little bit on that, you're kind of heading towards Poolview. So we're heading out that coast there, and so there's a massive mountain range just before that, and it was the most epic part of it. I actually have a video on my Instagram of that section, and
what makes it epic? Like the speed,
I'll
or
show
the
you what
views?
makes it epic. It's absolutely unbelievable.
Scenes.
It's just
You start to hallucinate stuff at this stage.
Yeah,
This could be one
I have
on
your-
one and one
I
on
have your
3.
page open.
Yeah.
So.
So go to
Yeah.
like day 3. So there's this gorgeous, massive place, and I'm just trying to
Nice.
find the
Oh, wow.
name exactly of it. Yeah.
Class.
And the weather was absolutely class, and we were kind of hitting one of the
Oh, the
good
views.
one of the good places at sunset, and it was majestic. Like it was unbelievable. It was such an amazing section, and it really kind of
And were you on your own at this stage, or was there the girls were behind you?
They were kind of. I was on my own because like I was pretty good at. I'm pretty good at descending, so I kind of was like. There was a lot of descents then, like, so the climbing part of it, there was a bit of hike a bike. We were together for that section, so we were all hiking our bikes up this really steep bit, and then we kind of said, right, let's kind of see how it goes. And I said, right, if I'm gonna head off, I'll head off. And the usual kind of, as I said before with the ultra thing, you kind of just, it's like an unwritten code, and you just kind of, if you're moving off, you just go off quietly, and
Yeah.
you know, then you'll reunite at some stage. So
Yeah,
I
like,
just
bye. I'll see you
yeah,
later.
yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'll see you later, I'm away. No, you don't do that. You just kind of go, oh, and then you turn around and like, oh, I'm gone.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, there was a bit of descending coming down there, and I was kind of just, yeah, this is the part that just blew my mind. Blew my mind.
Yeah. We have to,
So
And where's that camera on your chest?
no, that's on the bars of the bike.
It seems like it's going, as in when you go left, it kind of.
Yeah, it has a
like a
gyroscope in it.
gyroscope
so
on it,
yeah,
yeah.
it kind of balances itself, levels
pretty cool.
itself off. It's amazing. Like, and I just kind of had it on the bars, and I was just turning it on for random sections, so I could get kind of clips of
Yeah.
different. So that area is called Fisherfield. I was actually searching for the name because I couldn't remember. So that's the Fisherfield section, and that brings you up to Poolview. But now, when I hit Fisherfield, it was kind of the evening. It's a long section, but it's amazing, and it's a very demanding. You can see it's very demanding. It's very, it's very rocky. It's very.
Is that the sea order?
Yeah, that's the sea. Yeah.
Jesus.
So you're right onto the coast. So you get to. So we ended up then Fisherfield. We kind of split up. Then the whole plan was to sleep in a forest the other side of Fisherfield Forest. So I got to the forest first ahead of the two women, and then I was like, this thing is full of midges, like absolutely destroyed. Destroyed. Like I walked into the forest and I was like engulfed with
Jesus.
a big cloud of them. I was like, oh man, get me out of
Oh,
here.
you can't sleep in that.
Can't
And the
sleep in
sweat
that.
on you, probably they were sticking to your head.
It
and
was,
everything.
man, it was
Yeah.
horrific. It was horrific. So I kind of got in and I found a stream, and like the water's pretty pure up there. You could probably drink it just straight out of the thing, but I was filtering everything just in case.
Yeah, Jesus.
So anyway, got out. I was like, I'm not sleeping in this forest. Fuck that.
Did you hop in the stream and have a little bit of a bath?
No, it was kind of just, it was late evening. It was a little bit cold. It was getting a bit cold. So I just said, look, no, I'll just fill up here and move on.
Right.
Try and find an open section without midges in it that has a bit of wind that'll blow them away.
Yeah.
So I found this other section just the other side of the forest, and it was like an open kind of fire road, and there was like a bit of grass on the side of this road. I said, deadly, I'm sleeping here. And there was like a farm the other side, and there was a couple of horses and stuff. So I set up camp there. Happy days. I actually had a little ration pack with me and a little kind of stove, but it was like in a little kind of shoe polish container, and it was like an alcohol gel that you can actually just like put the lid on it and it'll go out, and you can use it again.
Oh, very good.
So I had a little ration pack, heated up a bit of pasta or whatever. Had a little camp. It was nice. Said, lovely, this is going to be amazing. I'm going to sleep here. It's going to be a lovely night. Going to have 3 hours kip. So got into the tent and I woke up, I'd say about 10 times, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? Everything feels real wet and horrible. So I was just like trying to force myself back to sleep. Eventually, I was in and out. Then I said, right, see the daylight. I was like, right, I'll get out and get going. Got out. Everything was soaked.
Oh,
like,
shit.
the sleeping bag was soaked. The bivvy was soaked. Like everything.
How did that happen?
All my gear. I woke up in a cloud. So I was so
Oh,
high up
right.
in the mountain
Oh,
that there
wow.
was, the cloud had come in, this fog had come in,
Wow.
and just like saturated everything. All my gear was sitting outside, everything was drowned wet.
No.
So I had to get up, get into all this wet gear.
Oh, gross.
And lads, I swear to God, like when I was packing up then, Philippa, one of the girls, came up. I could see the lights in the distance, and it was kind of dawn, so I could see the lights in the distance, and she literally rode up beside me, and she had like a down jacket, her sleeping bag still on her, and like all this kind of like all her clothes like kind of in around her, and she looked like kind of a Michelin man coming cycling down.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
goes, I tried to sleep in the forest and it was so cold.
Oh,
and she
right.
was like riding around with her sleeping bag on her
To
like,
try and get
to
some
try
warmth.
and get some warmth in her.
Wow.
It was unreal. So
That-
then
It's mentally
it's-
draining. Like that's
oh,
incredible.
it's unreal. But we had a bit of a laugh about it because I was like, yeah, look, I'm soaked and I stayed here. I thought it was a great idea, and look at the state of me. So she told me Alice had gone ahead of me. She passed me obviously while I was sleeping and went to Poolview, which is there, and slept. She said she tried to find the public toilets to sleep in there, couldn't find them, so slept under a bridge, and said it was pretty horrific as well.
It was bad too.
Yeah, it was bad too. So we all ended up getting soaked that night. So anyway, Philippa went off. I packed up, started making tracks again. Then there was this really horrible section, and it's called the Tolly Path or something it was called, and it was really horrible. It was like a boggy, rocky, horrible thing, and it starts bringing you down towards, see Torridon there, Scotty?
Whereabouts are you?
So Torridon there is... just above there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we're heading kind of towards Turden on day 4.
Yeah.
So day 4 we're kind of we're trying to get to, basically we're trying to get back to Fort Augustus by sunset on that day. Yeah. So the girls went ahead of me. I started kind of trying to catch up with them again. I caught them on this thing, the Tolly Path. Now I'd binned myself on this because it was a horrible rocky thing, and I tried to ride all these sections I probably should have walked. Yeah, it was pretty grim. I wasn't feeling great. Then I caught up with them, and they were equally not feeling great. And then we kind of rolled along together for a while, and it was just, we were just getting ate alive no matter where we went. We were actually wearing our midgie nets while we were riding along over our helmets.
Oh no.
So it was like you were riding along, and next thing you just get these like the swarms into your face, and you're just like, oh man, this is horrendous.
Yeah.
And it was kind of early morning, so it was kind of getting warm. It was starting to get warm, and we were kind of heading towards Turden. So when we got to Turden, then it's one of them sections you looked at, Johnny. It was getting really, really nice. It was a lovely it's a lovely section, but we were really tired. And I kind of rode ahead again, but I was falling asleep on the bike.
Wow.
Jesus. No.
So the girls were behind me, and they were kind of like, they kind of seen that I was kind of waving all over the road. And I was like, oh, I need to get coffee. I need something. And I was kind of leaning on the bars like this, because I had these like kind of little small bars that I could kind of relieve, the pressure off my hands and stuff. So I was kind of riding, and I was waving all over the road. And they were like, oh man, like we need to stop. So there was a little coffee shop up the road.
That was good of them to say to you as well.
Oh,
They stopped with you.
Yeah. Like they came up behind me, like, because they kind of seen I was waving all over the place, like, because I didn't get that far ahead really, like, because it was kind of. It wasn't with it, like. So then we got to this coffee shop. It was closed. They were doing renovations or something, but the builder lad was so sound, he went in and got us the coffee anyway.
Oh, lovely.
And then I was like, what else you want? And he brought out all this stuff, and the three of us were just made up.
Oh my
So
god.
then, we were able to dry out our gear and everything.
meet
at
nice
that
people?
stage. Yeah, no, it was pretty cool, like, and we were able to dry out our gear because it was so warm. It was amazing. So that was grand. We made tracks then. We were heading for Fort Augustus. Then there was a couple of pretty cool sections in between that. Kind of heading for Dorney there.
Is this after Fort Augustus?
No, it's just before. You see, if you go north, you see Shield Bridge there, and now the other side, you're going the wrong way. Yeah, so see Dorney in there. So we're kind of heading down towards that Strathcarron and then to Dorney, and then heading towards Fort Augustus. So we kind of were making tracks on that, and we were getting really tired at that stage. So we were ploughing on, and Alice was kind of going, oh, I'm going to ride through the night here, and I'm going to finish, as soon as I can. She was going to ride back to Tyndrum without any sleep. And I was like,
and how far is it there?
Absolutely. We were still about 300k maybe off. We were a fair bit off still. Well, maybe 200 odd. I'd have to gauge it again, but yeah, she was like determined to be the leading lady and try and get as far up the general classification as possible. So she was deciding she was going to ride through the night, and she was trying to convince me to do it, and Philippa as well, who was also like, so they were joined first for the whole time we were together. And so then I was like, no chance, I am not riding through the night. I can barely ride now as it is, so I'm not riding through the night, so forget about that. So
this is on your fourth day.
This is on day 4. So we were in Glen Affric, and I didn't really, they kind of had an idea of how long it was going to take. I had no idea. I was just kind of going, whatever, just I'm going until I can't go anymore. So anyway, I was like, no, we're going to get to Fort Augustus, and what you can do with unsupported ultras, you can actually ring ahead to a hostel or something and go, I need a bed for the night.
Oh wow.
But you can't pre-book it. So what I was doing, I was like, right, I'm going to get to Dorney, say, and I'm going to ring the hostel, and I'm going to ring the hostel in Fort Augustus, and I'm going to get a decent couple hours kip. So anyway, and then Philippa was like, yeah, I'm going to do the same. So she rang the hostel, and 2 of us were like, right, grand. They had space. We're happy out. Alice was like, I'm going for it. And we were like, you're nuts. So
class though.
We got to, so I started noticing my bike was being a bit funny, and then the long and short of it was the crankset was starting to come loose. In the frame, so I was getting a bit worried about it, and I was tired, I was a bit stressed, started getting hyper worried about it.
Right, yeah,
Started
of course.
catastrophizing it. Started saying that it was so bad that I had to stop, that I couldn't go on.
Yeah.
So I was like, this bike's going to fall apart. I'm going to get stuck out in the middle of, Fort William or something.
Your mind was giving you
was
excuses to
overdrive complete. But this is what
like,
happens.
give
Like
up, man.
Yeah, give up, man. Just call it a day. I was texting Tara, telling her, that's it, I'm done. Telling Philippa. Philippa's like, no, you're not done. Like, we're going for it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I was like having this kind of internal crisis in my mind.
Is this
and
while you're in the
checking the
hostel?
in the hostel? Like,
Yeah.
we
Wow.
got to the and we before we got to the hostel, we like basically said goodbye to Alice, and she went off nuts.
Fair play to her.
Fair play to her, and she did end up finishing it, and like finishing good few hours before we did. Anyway, I think a good 7 or 8 hours before we did.
Jesus.
So
Yeah.
what she went on? What time did you leave her at then at the hostel?
About 12 o'clock
Midnight.
midnight.
And so
Yeah.
she cycled through the night and
Yeah.
ended before dawn.
No, she ended kind of after. I'd say it was about 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah,
And she just
was
went all the way through.
gone. I've seen pictures of her finishing, and she was like on a different planet. Like,
Wow.
yeah, I don't know. And her brakes stopped working as well.
No.
Yeah, she was like, I think my brakes are gone. And yeah,
Jesus.
so she was like ultra, like, and it is really hard from where we were in Fort Augustus to the finish was really, really tough because you're so tired.
Yeah.
Because there's not that much to look at. It's kind of boring enough, so
Yeah,
you're a
yeah.
bit snoozy. So anyway, yeah, we stepped there. I didn't sleep very much because I was like, in my head, I was going, right, finished, done, staying here, going to get a bus from here. And everyone was like, you can't get a bus from here to anywhere. The only way you're going to get to anywhere is to, you go ride from Fort Augustus to Fort William and maybe get somewhere to Tindrum, but like, you're not getting out of here in a hurry. So I was like, I'm pulling out. And Philip was like, no, sleep on it. So the rule is you have to sleep on it. If you're going to scratch, that's what they call pulling out. You have to sleep on it, because if you don't and you scratch when you're in the height of it, you're probably going to make a bad choice.
Yeah.
So we got there, and just before we actually got to that hostel,
life lesson
actually,
as well.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
true.
is actually. Just
Yeah.
sleep on it, get a bit of
Take
sleep.
a step away.
But I wasn't doing much sleep, and I was pretty up to 90. So everyone's like, yeah, no, keep going, you'll be grand, the bike will be grand. And I was like sticking super glue in at the bottom bracket, hoping that it would help it. Did kind of help it a little bit, but not much. So I was like, oh, this is a load of, I'm done. So anyway, I'd kind of got a couple hours sleep. I don't even think I got an hour and a half sleep.
Oh, balls.
Philippa got a good she got a good sleep. She was out like a light, because we were all in this dorm. There's a few of us, and there was actually another racer in the dorm with us, and we didn't realise it was him until the next morning. It was your man, that Sofiane Sahili guy,
All right.
the renowned for sleeping or for not
No,
sleeping.
not sleeping.
Yeah, but
You caught him sleeping.
Yeah, he was sleeping.
It's all
And
lies.
he was
Get a
there.
tick, get a
He'd
picture
been
of
there
that.
for a while before we had, like, and
Right.
he was having a good sleep.
Maybe his twin brother came in and said, right, my turn.
Yeah.
You going out
Man,
there?
he's such a cool guy. Like he's kind of a hero to me, and I was actually like chatting to him, and he's just such a cool dude, like
Class.
a cool dude. And then we met him a couple of times on the way back, and he was just so sound, like, and he was having, and I got him to look at the bike, and he's like, oh man, that's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to get back with that, but it might be all right. I think it'll be all right. And I was like,
Really?
yeah, he says it's all right. So anyway, Philippa got up, and I was like, right, Mama didn't raise no quitter.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Love
I'm
it.
doing this.
Class.
So I was like, right, let's go. And then, we set off to Bertie's favourite place, Fort William.
Fort William.
Pretty boring. It was a canal path basically across from Fort Augustus to Fort William. It was well needed, but it was tiring because there wasn't much to do.
Yeah.
We got to Fort William, got a resupply, met Sofiane again, met him in the shop, had a few croissants. Then we moved on, and I was like, oh, it's only 60k left from Fort William to Tindrum.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, that's grand, sure.
That's
like
nothing. She gets it,
nothing.
man.
Sure, I'm after doing fucking 800, and whatever, 850 kilometres and whatever, 10,000 metres of climbing.
Yeah.
Then I looked at it, and I looked at the elevation on it, and it was like 60 kilometres with 4,000 metres. And I was like, to Philippa, I was like, yeah, sure, we're home and hosed now at this stage. And she's like, yeah, not really. And
Yeah.
I was like, she goes, this is really tough. I was like, oh, fucking right. No, it can't be that bad. Man, that was the hardest 60 kilometres I've ever cycled
No
in
way.
my entire life.
After all that,
It might have been
you're
80.
still the
Oh
hardest.
my God, man. It was so tough. It was like constant hike bikes, constant like these really hard sections, real demanding sections. There was one road, and it was actually a road, but it was like this.
Jesus.
You could not even walk up it, let alone cycle up it. And the two
Jesus.
of us are there, and it's 30 degrees heat, and we're just
Wow.
like dragging our bikes up these steps and like nuts. It was crazy. This thing called the Devil's Staircase.
Right.
And we had to climb this horrible road up to it. And then when we got to the top of the road, we had to climb up again, up these like rock steps. And I was like, and I started getting really complainy and tired.
Yeah.
And a grumpy ginger Irish man. And I started getting, she was like, oh, stop giving out, will you? Like, you're just giving out. We'll just get through it.
Where was she from?
She's from Bristol, I think. Yeah. So she's from the UK, but such a cool person. Like, but only for she was there, I'd say like I would have cracked. Yeah. She was like talking me down. She's like, look, we just have to do it. So like, come on, let's get on with it. And it was brilliant. It was great motivation. So yeah, we got through it. And yeah, man. And even the last 10k, like I heard a rumor one time, one guy got to the last 10k and turned around and said, right, I'm quitting. Yeah, that's actually like true.
After doing that
And
amount.
I can well see why he did it, because it is so hard. Like even the last 2010, even the last 5k is so hard. Like, and you're just going, man, what was that? Like how
And
does
what are you talking, like real mountainous?
Oh man, real mountainous. You can't ride the bike, like, and then even the descents, just horrible, like rocks and just man, it's
Basically
just
a
so
bicycle carrying competition near the end of it.
Yeah, the end of it is a complete bicycle carrying competition. Yeah. It's a walking competition. It's a hiking competition.
Really?
And then I get really thick, and then I just start riding the bike and just like actually clearing some of the bits. And then I just make myself so tired, and I'm like, I have to push the bike again. And I was getting overheating and da-da-da. But then we started, the two of us started falling asleep on the bikes then again.
Shit.
So that was kind of when we were coming to kind of Glencoe on the map there, which isn't too far away. So Glencoe is there, yeah. So we weren't too far away from Tindrum. We were on the home straight, but we were getting really tired, and I was like literally falling. I was descending down this fire road, and there was people hiking, walking towards me, and man, I was asleep. Like I was asleep going down this cobbly road thing, and I was getting rattled to bits. And I was like, no, I have to stop. So I had to stop. Took about a 10-minute nap.
Both of you stopped?
Both of us stopped at this little kind of a wall at a bridge, and kind of just lay down and just had a little nap. Like I was asleep like that.
Really?
And then I took I had a couple of caffeine tablets, and I just took a couple of them. Right, let's get through it to the end. Now I was getting really uncomfortable at that stage. I sat in a river there as well because my arse was on fire. Yeah. So I just I said to Philip, I was like, I need to sit in a river. And she's like, what? And I said, sit in a river. And that's what I'm doing. So I sat in it, and it was the best thing ever. It literally got me another 10K.
Did you get a picture of you sitting in the river now?
No, I don't think so.
I
wouldn't have got a picture either. So yeah, anyway, that was it. We got to the end bit, but I said to her, I wouldn't have got through this without you. And we were top 10, right? So two of us were joint top 10.
Wow. Awesome.
So I said to her, look, it means more to her because obviously women in sport, she was like top 10 with the men. Big deal. For me, I'm just an average Joe, the best of the rest, hanging around the top 10. Doesn't really make that much of an odds to me whether I'm 10th or 11th. Yeah. So I said to her, look, let's you go ahead and da-da-da. And I waited for her, because I was kind of a bit ahead, and then I said, no, look, I'm going to hang on. And we ended up just coming over the line together. Right. And yeah, we had the exact same finishing time. And it was great. It was a great experience. It was just like, as I said, I wouldn't got through it without her. So, it was the least I could have done. And she was classed in the top 10. It was brilliant.
Deadly.
There was two women within the top 10. Of the overall, so that was amazing. Yeah, so
fair play to her. Hopefully she listens to the podcast, because that's gave me goosebumps. Like that's fast.
I'll send her a link.
Fair play to her.
No, like amazing human being.
And where did the other girl finish though?
She was 8th.
Jeez,
she was actually 8th. Yeah. Alice was 8th. Yeah, so determined. But
like all that you went through, and you're still like 10th out of like I was 70.
Yeah.
That's.
I couldn't believe it, man. I could not believe it. And we were
what did the rest go through?
What did the rest do? Like, what were they sleeping for 2 days?
Well, maybe they were. I don't know. Like, it's mad. Like, but we were a good few hours ahead of the next person. Incredible. Like, so it was nuts. Yeah,
maybe without the girl, Alice, was it?
with Philippa.
Philippa, maybe without her, you probably would have been 20th, 25th.
I don't know, man. Yeah, definitely helped me pull through a lot. Like I was definitely the last day I was losing a lot. I would have lost a lot more time if I hadn't been with her. Like.
And where was number 70?
Oh man, I don't
know
even
how long?
I don't even know what time. A few people. There was a lot of scratches. A lot of people pulled out. The actual race organizer, he was racing as well, and he came in. Did he come in that night or the night after? I think he came in the night after, but we all went down and gave him a big cheer and everything because there's no one there at the finish. There was a few people there. Alice was there for our finishing. For myself and Philippa finishing. Some people came rolling into Tindrum with no one there, and they were just like, yeah, but there's no fanfare, there's no finish
because you can't be there for so long.
Exactly, like, you're just when your dot reaches there, that's it. Your race is over. That's the marker. There's no like finish line. There's no, there's no feed station. Like, there's no finishing medal. There's nothing.
No tracks or ribbon to break or
no nothing.
And by the way, a crowd.
Hire
out a crowd, and every time a dot is coming.
But what happened then was. This is cool, right? So this is what we did. So when I got into the village, met the lads that had finished, and they hadn't finished. Like I think Angus finished in 3 days. He has a record anyway. He broke the record on it, right? So he
3 days.
Yeah, he broke the record. Like he blew it to smithereens.
Did he not sleep at all?
He slept for like an hour at a time, and like barely slept. Like, but like this guy, if you've ever met him, like he's so dialed. Like he's a weapon. He's a weapon. And so they were all there in the cafe at the end, and then we were like, yeah, you get a free meal. I was like, oh, cool. So I got a free meal. Hung out with the guys. They were all as fucked as I was. So we were all sitting there looking at each other. Oh, how'd you get on? So anyway, and then we all went down to the pub after and had a few pints.
Did any of you have a shower at this stage?
Oh yeah, well I kind of snuck off between the cafe and the pub to go to have a shower and get myself sorted. So I had a hostel there that I just jumped into. Nice. And so then we went back down to the pub, and then we started waiting for people to come through the finish. And there was a big group of us just in the middle of the night, just like welcoming people back and cheering them on. And it was brilliant. Yeah, it was amazing.
And what sort of, do you have any injuries coming away from it?
Sore bum.
Very sore bum. That kind of healed pretty quickly. I suffered really badly with my hands. My hands were the worst part. And I was telling you last weekend, 4 months took my hands to heal because I had so many pinched nerves and trapped nerves in my hands that I was actually had lost dexterity and all feeling in my fingers on my left hand especially. But my right hand, because I was kind of on and off getting water bottles and getting stuff out of bags, was my dominant hand. But this hand was my left hand was really bad. So I had to get physio. I actually went to Neve Guy to get physio and amazing, absolutely amazing. Like I was kind of suffering it out. And then I was like, no, I need to get someone to look at this. This was bad. And literally within, like, she just did one session and I was like, oh, wow, like straight away. And because like these 2 fingers were numb for ages, like, and I was getting a bit afraid. Like I was like,
which way are your handles, straight handles?
No, so I have these kind of things that kind of try to alleviate that kind of carpal tunnel kind of thing. So I have these little paddles. They're the grips, but they have these little kind of parts on them that you can rest your palms. The weight's not all going into your palms. But I don't know what happened. I think it was just because the ground was so rough, and eventually just the vibration just takes over. It's like white finger or whatever, with the builder's thing. So eventually it just kind of gets too much anyway, regardless of what you're doing. But I don't know whether it was my setup or whatever, but everyone said they had the same issue, but I don't know whether they were suffering for as long as I was. Now that was my first experience of it. The guys were like, it'll come back, and I was freaking out then by month 3 going, still can't feel me
it's a bit much now, isn't it?
Yeah. But apart from that, no, 100%, everything else was fine. My arse was sore for a while. Didn't get on the bike for a month, I'd say, after.
Didn't want to see it.
Yeah, I didn't. It was knackered at that stage anyway, and it just sat in the shed for a while. So, but then I kind of got the hunger back then after. But yeah, no, I had no other injuries apart from my hands, really. Back was fine, legs were fine, everything else was 100%. Feet were sore as well. Kind of lost a bit of kind of nerve damage in my feet. That's what happens. It is part of it, like, and you're putting pressure on one point of your foot for the whole time, and it's just getting pounded out of it. Like, it's rough, lads. It's rough, like. But no, I got over it. Thankfully now I have all feeling in both my hands. Still a bit tingly, but like they're good. They're back to the way they were, to be honest.
And one simple question, just to before we finish up: if he came back to you and said, I've got a spot for you here next year.
I'm never doing it again. The way I see it, and I said it to the two women, like we were in Glen Affric, and I turned around to Alice, and we were after hiking up this mental mountain, right? And there was a waterfall at the top of it, and I went and had a shower in the waterfall, stuck my head under it, and I turned around and I sat and waited for the two of them to come up, and I said, like, aren't we so lucky that we got to do this? Aren't we so lucky that we got to do this together, to experience it? Because, man, it was like a holiday, to be honest with you, with the two of them.
Really?
Because it was just such a good experience, and we were sharing the experience.
Yeah.
And we just looked down the mountain, and I went, like, we're something else. And Alice said it to me, we're amazing. We are amazing people, like. And isn't it amazing that we can do this? Because some people just can't do it.
No, yeah.
And we just kind of took it all in, and it was really like a tearjerker, like. And but I kind of came to the conclusion, and I had said it at the end, and I haven't changed my mind, and I'll never change my mind. I'm not going to get it more perfect than that. That was as perfect as it's going to come. And the two girls agreed, if I did it again, it would ruin that for me.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to leave it, that I've done it. I don't think I'd get the same result. If I did it and erased it, I wouldn't enjoy it. The whole point of it was that I was on an adventure, I enjoyed it, and that was it. And that was
11 out of 70 as well.
Yeah.
And it's great you got a load of videos and
Joint
photos
tent.
you can show.
yeah. Careful.
Joint tent.
Who's good?
Joint tent.
No one's counting. It wasn't a race, but it was joint tent.
But the videos and photos you have as well to show the kids is going to be awesome as well.
Man, that was it. Like, I just captured the whole experience, and I just was like, you know what? And to be honest, like, I forgot, I missed this at the start, and this is really, really important. When you sign up, you don't pay a registration fee. It's free to sign up, but all Alan asks is that you donate to the John Moore Trust, who look after the Highlands and who look after all the amenities in the Highlands.
Jeez, that's brilliant, isn't it?
And you donate £50 to the trust, and that's your entry. That's your entry fee. And it's amazing that there is an event like still that exists that isn't about making money. He does not get a cent. He
does it for the love of it.
Just does it for, he puts time and effort to build the website, does all this stuff, does all the results, everything for the love of it. And that's what's amazing about that sport, like, is that it's there's these races that are so highly regarded. Like, this is one of the most highly regarded ultra mountain bike events in the world, but it's just still run by one man who doesn't get a penny from it. And like, it's amazing. It's amazing. He just goes, I just want people to enjoy what I enjoy, and, you know, to go out there and do it and just take from it what I take from it. And he said it to me. I said to him, Alan, thanks so much for this experience. And he goes, another happy customer. And that's all he said to me at the end, like,
with your hand like, falling off. Yeah. Thanks for that, Alan. Cheers, man.
Thanks a million. But the pints were lovely after, though.
Oh, I'd say so.
Oh man, it was
Pints
some crack. It was some crack.
Yeah, but see, if you drove to that pub, they wouldn't taste the same.
No. But like, we had a party in a camper at 4 a.m. or something, and we were all in this camper, and there was like 8 of us in the back of this van.
That's like
man, it was brilliant. But it was just
Irish
such. And I met a couple of cool people there. Jenny Graham, if you Google her, she's the record holder for the round the world. Cycling around the world.
Wow.
She's an amazing human being, man. And I knew about her, and she actually wasn't racing, but she's friends with Philippa, and she came over. She happened to be in the area, and she stayed with us and partied with us for that. And like, she's an amazing human being. She has a book actually. What was it? Coffee First and Then the World, and it documents her self-supported trip around the world.
And what was she doing in the area?
She was helping this woman that was going after some record of climbing the most, Munros in Scotland or something.
Oh, right, okay.
And she was raising money for charity, and she was helping her. She was crewing for her.
Jesus.
And man, the crack, like, she's such an amazing human being.
It's a different world, though, isn't it? Like, all these people that did that crew. You know, they stick together, and it's just like it's a different world.
But I came into it, kind of had this perception. These are the best at this sport, and these are the best at this, and kind of was a bit standoffish, and I was kind of imposter into this. And then after, when it was all said and done, and we were all hanging out together, I was like, these people are absolute legends. They're just so grounded, and we're all still in touch.
Just normal people, like,
they're just like Angus is a chemistry teacher, like, you know what I mean, like. But like, to be honest with you, he's sponsored. Everyone ahead of me was a sponsored rider. They had, you know what I mean. They get bikes and they get all their stuff looked after, and they kind of are semi, pro, like. But I was kind of the best as the rest, as I kept saying. I was the first amateur, really. But they were all kind of had their little perks and bits and pieces with different, bike brands and stuff like that. So they kind of commit a lot to it. But again, they had all done it before. I think there was one guy did it on a single speed.
Jesus.
And he finished ahead of me, an American guy, and he is an absolute tank.
I tell you so.
Tank. And he just, I don't know how he did it, man. Honestly.
Big, massive 3 trunk legs.
Unbelievable.
It's that time, you know the name. It's the reason we all came. Find the words that are the same. It's that time to play the Waffle Game.
So today's Waffle Game is sponsored by Squat and Trot, the toilet treadmill. It's the number 1 standing workout in the country, and also the number 2 sitting workout. Get your daily dose of the runs by placing your treadmill, the foot treadmill, at the bottom of the toilet, and create your running attitude as you're sitting on the toilet. Make sure that you have running on your feet, not from your bum.
Oh my God!
Thanks to Squat and Trot for sponsoring this Waffle Hour game today.
Cheers, guys.
Okay, who's going first?
Would you put a picture of that up on the Instagram?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Okay. Rock paper scissors. Come here.
Rock paper scissors.
I don't even need your hands now. Where the big
Who's
ones
first?
Scissors.
Oh.
Rock scissors.
Yeah, you won.
Okay, do you want A or B?
I'll have B and I'll go second,
Okay.
as per usual.
Okay, 30 seconds on the clock there.
Okay. Hold on. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's do it.
Okay, John,
Yes.
can you name
Wait. I'm not ready. Now I'm ready.
Can you name the 5 movies that I have on this list about escaping from prison?
Okay. The Getaway, Prison Break. Oh, no, that's this TV series.
Yeah.
The Great Escape.
Great Gatsby.
Escaping from prison.
15 seconds.
Nicolas Cage was in it. The Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Escaping from prison. Damn it! It's such a tight one, isn't it?
Dun,
I don't know. That's all I got.
dun, 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 dun. 30 seconds. Is Con Air one for
No, I didn't actually escape. No.
They didn't get away,
And
did
they
they
were
not?
in a plane.
Some of them got away from the plane, no?
Yeah, but he was always a good guy.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Good movie, that is.
All right.
30 seconds there, John, when you're ready.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm
Make
looking.
sure I don't see anything. Just turn it in.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I had a really good chance of cheating there, but I didn't.
Okay.
Because I'm a good boy.
Ready when you are. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I don't start that fucking time.
Okay, Scotty, can you name the 5 movies that feature natural disasters?
Oh, no. What's the one with the tornado? What's that called? Oh, feck. I'm going to spend all my time trying to think of this one. Twister. There we go. Twister. Armageddon. What else? Volcanoes. Fault Line. The California one with the rock, and he's wearing the same T-shirt as always. What's the other one then with the tsunami?
And that's time.
Shite. I hate
Dante's
this game.
Peak.
Dante's Peak.
Okay, go back to
Damn
John.
it.
So you had escaping from prison movies. You had The Great Escape, which you got.
Yes!
Escape to Victory, where Sylvester Stallone plays in gold.
Did
No.
you what? Did you get that?
No.
No, you didn't.
Escape from Alcatraz.
Oh, yeah.
Escape Plan.
Oh, yeah.
Never
And
heard
then
of
the
it.
Shawshank
Oh,
Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption. I can't believe that.
Shawshank. Yeah, I forgot about
Shawshank
that.
Redemption. Okay, so category
Okay, I
B
got
was
one.
natural disaster movies. 2012,
Never heard
Great
of it.
movie.
Deep Impact.
Never heard
Great
of it.
movie.
The Day After Tomorrow,
Never
Great
heard of
movie. All 3 of them.
Twister,
it. Yeah.
One.
Got it.
and Armageddon.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't get that one.
You did, yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, you said Armageddon.
did Armageddon, yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh,
Feck yeah.
class.
That's where Ben Affleck and Bruce Willis was at each other's sides.
Do you know what? When I said Armageddon, I was thinking Independence Day.
That's not natural disaster.
No, it's not. That's why I left. I won.
You did win.
Oh, deadly. I should win the rock, paper, scissors more often, I think.
So you get to pick which one
Yeah,
you go.
puts me in the driving seat. It puts me in the right
Would you have
positive.
got the escape movies?
No, none
Okay,
of them. No.
no.
I don't get anything.
Do we keep track of who wins? Do we win it
We
at the end
probably
of this?
should.
No, let's not.
It's 42-38. Go on.
To me, class. Right, we get on to our shell bombs of the day.
John doesn't agree with that.
You ready for a shell bomb?
Yeah,
Yes.
let's shell bomb it out.
Okay. Competitive art used to be an Olympic sport. Between 1912 and 1948, the International Sporting Events awarded medals for music, painting, sculpture, and architecture. Shame it didn't catch on. The famous pottery scene in Ghost could have won an Olympic medal as well as an Academy Award. So they used to give out medals apparently for art
In the Olympics.
in the Olympics. Yeah,
Huh.
Isn't
No.
that funny?
Boxing is gone from next Olympics.
Boxing is gone,
Yeah.
and that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's
What?
not-
It's a really hard sport.
Yeah, that's
Is that because of the last kind of controversy?
I don't know. Probably
Well, what was the last controversy?
head trauma and stuff and concussions.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So you probably know this one because it's a common one. But do you know where the saying "to bite the bullet" comes from?
No.
I don't actually.
Tell us.
So obviously the meaning is to accept something difficult or unpleasant. And the origin is, of course, in the olden days.
Oh.
When doctors were short on anesthesia
Yeah.
or time during a battle, they would ask the patient to bite down on a bullet to distract from the pain. The first recorded use of the phrase was in 1891 in The Light That Failed. And you might not know this, but The Light That Failed is the first novel by Nobel Prize-winning English author Rudyard Kipling.
Ooh.
He also made tarts in his spare time.
Hmm.
First published in Lipcott's monthly magazine in January 1891.
Very good.
So 2 pieces of information.
I like that, biting the bullet. Yeah.
I like an old Bakewell tart, Mr. Kipling.
You love an old saying as well, don't you?
Yeah, there you go.
Right, John boy.
Harp lager. Do you remember that?
Yeah, the
Did you ever
dog.
drink that back in the day?
Evil bastard
Yeah.
of drink.
Did you know that to make harp lager, they imported some war guy from Germany
Right.
who was also who was a brewer, but during the wartime,
Are you talking Nazi?
yeah,
Right, okay.
yeah. So Herman Munder was his name,
Right.
and basically
I thought it was going to be Harpsteiner.
that would have been awesome. But basically, they got him in, but he was like a famous kind of bomb maker over in Germany. But he was also a brewer in his spare time, so they got him in. He was a really good brewer.
Right.
But yeah, so basically, they got him over into Northern Ireland and made harp lager with them. Yeah, it was
Jenny
kind of
Mac.
a mixture. Kind of the companies were like Guinness, Smiddix, all these companies kind of
So
amalgamated
people
together
in
to make
Northern
harp.
Ireland.
No, this is Dundalk, was it not?
Dundalk, yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
but they're calling it Northern Ireland according to Wikipedia.
Oh, that's
okay.
right.
So it's a bit different. So
Dundalk won't be happy about that.
I thought it was a bit weird that a group from Northern Ireland would bring in someone that could make bombs.
North
just-
Ireland.
I don't
True.
know.
Controversial.
Controversial.
Yeah.
Very good. I used to live close enough to where they brewed that.
No way.
And then obviously the Carol, was it Carol cigarettes? There's a factory in Dundalk as well.
Oh, jeez, remember that. Jeez,
And
that's
the
blasting
smell of Dundalk sometimes.
yeah.
Just that hoppy smell was all
From
around
carols
the town.
and harp.
Yeah. It stank. We were all locked and smoking the whole time. It was class.
Students.